everyone, and welcome back to the Netflix Knowhow. So, I just did my best of 2018 and my worst of 2018. But, as I mentioned, I missed a lot of things in 2018. So, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to give you a little bonus video. One that's going to include the films from 2018 that I missed that I would still very much like to see. And also some of my most anticipated films of 2019. So go ahead, buckle up, enjoy the ride. Let's hop right in to all the movies from 2018 that I missed that I still want to see because I suck at staying on top of things. Paddington 2. Fun fact, did you guys know that Paddington 2 actually has the highest score on Rotten Tomatoes of any movie in history to date? Seriously though, I did actually want to see the first Paddington after I heard that it was actually a really good movie, and then Paddington 2 came out and it received such universal praise that I'm like, why have I not watched these movies? So I'm gonna get on those right away as soon as I can. Looking forward to them. Early Man. Hey, you guys remember when I talked about Chicken Run and how great that movie was? Well, the same studio that made them and Wallace and Gromit also made Early Man. It's Aardman Studios. They're a fantastic animation studio, and I just never got around to seeing Early Man this year, which is really dumb because it looked great. I'm sure it's great. Thankfully, my brother owns it, so I can watch it whenever I please now. Isle of Dogs. Oh, God bless you, Wes Anderson, you weird mofo, you. Seriously, I love Wes Anderson and all of his films. He's been an incredibly influential person in my life. And I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to see Isle of Dogs this year, his latest foray into the animated world after the fantastic Mr. Fox. And I heard it was really good, and it looks really good. Very strange in his very Wes Anderson-y style, but it looks awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to that when I get to it. Super Troopers 2. I'm gonna be straight with you. The first Super Troopers movie is just awful, stupid stoner humor, and I kind of love it. From what I'm aware, Super Troopers 2 is basically just more of the same, and I'm probably gonna love it. Action Point. I'm a big fan of the Jackass crew and their show and their movies. Always made me laugh tons and tons and tons. Really love Johnny Knoxville. I think he's just a hilarious guy. And so this kind of seemed like a spiritual successor to the Jackass films. But there's actually another reason why I want to see this, and that is because Action Point is based on one of the most infamous amusement parks in American history, Action Park. Action Park was this little ramshackle amusement park that had all these terribly dangerous amusement rides thrown in there, and it was just a mess. It got shut down multiple times. It has a really storied history behind it, a history that I kind of know a little bit about because I have an interest in abandoned places, and Action Park was abandoned for a while, so I kind of know the history of this park. And Action Point is based on that park, so I want to see it. I have heard it's kind of a really bad, stupid movie, but that's okay. Sometimes I just want to see a bad, stupid movie, and I mean, who doesn't want to see Johnny Knoxville like running into a barn and flying off rails and doing all that crazy stuff that he's so good at? Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's a documentary about Mr. Rogers, part of the trifecta of wholesomeness. Who wouldn't want to see this? It's Mr. Rogers. Tag. So this is one of those movies with a concept that just seems way too stupid for it to work. But I saw the trailer and I saw the cast and I was like, you know what? They're going for it. They seem really committed to this. I'm in. The First Purge. So this isn't really so much me wanting to see this movie specifically. It's more about me wanting to watch all of the Purge movies after the first one. Because something interesting happened after the first Purge movie. Not the one that just came out, but like the very first one, The Purge. It seems to me that the people who made this realized, you know what? We have a really, really cool idea for a story here and a world here that was not at all adequately explored with that god-awful, terrible home invasion movie that we made. So why don't we actually try to explore the world of the Purge more and explore this more as an idea, as a social and political idea? And that's what they've been doing since then. And I haven't seen any of the movies since then, and it really upsets me. So this is more about me wanting to see all of these movies just to appreciate the fact that they took this gem of an idea and actually tried to bring it to fruition. Teen Titans Go! To the movies. Since the day of its inception, Teen Titans Go has received so much backlash from the original fans of the Teen Titans show on Cartoon Network. And And I kind of get it because it's very much a different show. It's really stupid and campy and fun. But you know what? I actually really like Teen Titans Go. I think it's a funny little show that isn't trying to be anything super serious or important. It is what it is. It's just like a little comedic show. And so I appreciate it for what it is. And in a lot of ways, the show has kind of become like really subversive and smart and witty. And this movie that they made, Teen Titans Go to the movies, almost seems like a parody of itself. Like it's so self-aware about how dumb the show actually is, and it just looked fun. So you know what? I'll give this one a shot. I like Teen Titans Go, the series. I think the movie, or I've heard the movie is supposed to be pretty good. So I mean, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it is. The Meg. Jason Statham remakes a bigger, dumber version of Jaws? All right, I'll take it. Black Klansman. So this is a story about a black detective who works with another white detective to go undercover and infiltrate the KKK. Yeah, this seems good to me. Even if I wasn't already sold on the concept, this is based on a real story, a real event that actually happened, and it happened here in my home state. It happened in Colorado Springs. And so I really am looking forward to see this movie. One, because like the concept of it, the story just seems amazing to begin with. And two, it's like part of my state, you know, my home state's history. So I really am interested in seeing this one. Hellfest. For many, many eons now, I have had a concept for a film in my head about a serial killer who infiltrates a haunted house, because everyone there wouldn't know any better because they would just think that it's all part of the show. It's part of the shtick. Then Hollywood went and actually made this movie. They made Hellfest. It's about a serial killer who infiltrates a horror-themed amusement park, and he just goes on a killing rampage, and nobody's the wiser because they just all think it's part of the act. And oh my god, I can't believe this movie finally got made. I don't know what took them so long. It was just right for a film to begin with. Looking forward to this. Bad Times at the El Royale. I gotta be honest, I have no freaking clue what's going on in this movie, but it's got such an amazing cast and it looks just so bonkers off the wall crazy. There's no way I could say no to this. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I've got two words for you. Coen Brothers. I don't even know what the heck this movie's about, except that it's some kind of Western. I think it's some kind of like anthology Western movie. But again, it's the Coen brothers, and their name is gold, so I'm gonna watch it. The Favorite. Now, my first introduction to this movie's existence was as a movie poster at my local movie theater. And so I was walking past and I saw this, and I saw that had Emma Stone in it and Rachel Weisz, both actors that I really like and admire. And I thought, oh, that might be good. Looks like an interesting little period piece. And then I watched the trailer for it. Not at all what I was expecting it to be. It's still a period piece. It's just a really kind of dark and twisted and funny period piece, which is not even close to what I was imagining. So I'm really excited to see this one. I've heard it's actually one of the best movies of the year. So definitely want to see that one. Anna and the Apocalypse. Oh, look, another zombie movie. Haven't seen one of those. Wait, it's set during Christmas? Now that's my kind of Christmas movie. Bumblebee. Now I have only cried 2 times in my life. Once when I saw Free Willy when I was 5 years old and just could not handle all the feels. And once when I drank a whole lot of milk and got really constipated. The trailers for Bumblebee upped that to 3 times. I don't know. Look, I can't explain it, all right? I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm just a big softie. Maybe I'm going soft. I can't explain why it made me cry. Maybe it's because I watched the trailer and all I could think to myself was, oh my god. They actually tried to make a good Transformers movie. And based on everything that I've heard about the film, they actually succeeded. Oh, I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now. It just goes to show you, hey, if you don't let Michael Bay make the damn thing, you can make something good out of anything. So those are all the movies from 2018 that I missed, and I would very much like to get around to watching at some point. So hopefully I will. We'll see if I can manage that within a very short time frame. But now, on to the most exciting part, my most anticipated movies of 2019. Here we go. The Lego Movie 2, the second part. Look, humanity has committed some terrible atrocities to itself over the course of its history. The Spanish Inquisition, the Holocaust, but one of the greatest disservices and tragedies to have ever befell anyone is that the Lego Movie was not even nominated for Best Animated Feature. Seriously, what the f? Anyway, we are now getting the much anticipated Lego Movie 2, the second part. And gosh darn it, if it doesn't look just as fun and entertaining and amazing as the first one, man, I am really looking forward to this. I'm watching you, Academy. Don't make me do anything that I'm going to regret. Elita Battle Angel. This one has me a little bit worried just because I know they've been working on it forever and it's definitely gone through some production hell, but it's finally here, it's finally finished and being released, and the trailers look gorgeous. It looks like such a visually stunning movie, so I'm really excited to see it. I just have to say I'm a little concerned because like with that many production problems with how long it took them to finally make this movie, that could be signs that there's stuff, you know, wrong elsewhere outside of the visuals, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's just a great movie. I hope it's a good adaptation. I haven't seen the anime or anything, but I hope it's good. So fingers crossed for this one for sure. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Oh man, if How to Train Your Dragon was not robbed at the Oscars for Best Animated Feature only because Toy Story 3 was also just such a good, amazing film. But oh my goodness, seriously, How to Train Your Dragon, this film series has been one of my favorites for the past few years. It's been so amazing, like so exceptionally good. I don't think anyone expected these films to be this good, and they continue to be good. And this next entry in the series looks like it's going to be fantastic. It looks like it's just going to be an amazing finale to this trilogy. Fingers crossed, really looking forward to this. I love How to Train Your Dragon. Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. They're Marvel movies. Of course I'm looking forward to these. I especially have to see where we go after the event of Infinity War and Endgame, but more importantly, I want to see how Captain Marvel works into all of this, and Spider-Man's just Spider-Man, especially after Into the Spider-Verse. You know, I was never really a big Spider-Man fan to begin with, but Spider-Verse, I think, changed that a little bit. That movie was so good. Anyway, looking forward to every single one of these Marvel movies. They continue to pump out good movies, great movies. I'm really excited for all of them. Shazam! Look, DC and their whole extended universe has had a bit of a rough start. I'm still not sold on it. I'm still skeptical as hell. But gosh darn it, if I won't be damned if I'm not excited for Shazam. This looks like so much fun and a massive breath of fresh air for the DC extended universe. My God, they need this. It's definitely looking like it's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more colorful than a lot of previous DC movies, and not even in a way that's trying to mimic or like capture the feel of Marvel movies. It still very much feels like its own thing. It just looks like it's actually going to be just straight up fun for once, and I'm really looking forward to that in a DC movie. So please, guys, don't screw it up. Don't mess this up. You've had some hits with Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Keep it going. Do not ruin this with Shazam. Pet Sematary. So every year, Hollywood gets together, their bigwig executive studios, and they talk about what films they could remake to make a lot of money off of, and I'm fine with remakes. I understand the necessity for remakes, but sometimes there are films that you can remake and some that you don't touch. And Pet Sematary, I feel, is one of those films that has been desperately needing a remake for a long time. The original Pet Sematary film wasn't bad per se, but it wasn't great either. It definitely had some major flaws about it, and it could have been done a lot better. And so I'm glad that they have remade this film. With that said, that first trailer has me a little worried because it's honestly not that good. Ugh. So I'm holding out hope that maybe it's just a bad trailer and they don't know how to market it, which is weird to me. How would you not know how to market this thing? Everyone knows what Pet Sematary is. But anyway, I hope that it's good. I am looking forward to it. Definitely gonna go see it. And like, I really hope that they correct the sins of the past and like make a really truly good adaptation of this Stephen King classic. Detective Pikachu. I ain't even gonna front. This movie looks terrible and I'm still gonna go see it. Okay, in all seriousness, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be, and that's what has me most excited about it. When the trailer dropped for this, I was like, oh God, I forgot they were making this movie. I bet it's just gonna look awful. And then I watched it, and by the end of the trailer, I was kind of like smiling and bouncing along to the music and stuff, and I was getting into it, and I'm like, oh my God, this might actually be good. And I definitely have to say, they addressed one of my biggest concerns with making a live action Pokemon movie. The Pokemon, they look fantastic. fantastic. Oh my god, like if they just existed in real life, that's exactly what I expect they would look like. They did such a good job with the VFX and the CGI, at least as far as I can tell from the trailers. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. I mean, it might be kind of dumb and campy, but I'm hoping that it's good in the end. John Wick 3. Guys, seriously, when are you gonna learn to not mess with the man's goddamn dog? Brightburn. Wait. So I'm getting some kind of weird alternate reality version of Superman, but if he were to turn out to be a villain? That sounds amazing! How have we not done this before? I'm in. Sold. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It's Gojira. What more do you want me to say? Artemis Fowl. Okay, let me just lead off by saying I completely forgot that they were making this a movie. And so I went to the movies the other day with a friend of mine, and we were watching previews, and a preview for a new movie came on, something that looked sort of unrecognizable and new, something I wasn't aware of. And about halfway through, it just clicked in my head, boop, this is Artemis Fowl. And I lost my shit. Oh my god, I was so excited. What took them so long to turn this into a film adaptation? I have no clue. But the fact that I only read like the first 2 books when I was a kid, it was a long time ago, and I really don't remember anything about them. The fact that I was immediately able to just be like, that's Artemis Fowl, that is a great sign. And so I'm really looking forward to this. Do not screw this up, Disney. I am gonna be so mad if this ends up being bad. I mean, I'm so excited for this. I'm gonna go back through and read all the books again because I just remember I loved the books as a kid, and I'm so looking forward to this movie. It Chapter 2. Oh, haven't you heard? We all float down here. Zombieland 2. Holy f***, they made a sequel to this and nobody knew about it? I'm in. Kingsman 3. The first Kingsman movie was a surprise hit, and I loved the crap out of it. It was just so fun and campy and exciting, and it just never took itself too seriously. I loved it. I did not see the second movie, and unfortunately I heard it was a little underwhelming compared to the first, but I think this is just such a cool and exciting original franchise, and I'm glad to see that they are continuing it. It's kind of like a modern day James Bond, and I really appreciate that we're getting a whole new franchise out of this. It's just something new and original, and I love it. I am going to watch the second movie for sure, and then I'm going to watch this third one. Really excited for it. And those are my picks for the most anticipated movies of 2019. Now, obviously, I am not familiar with all the movies that are coming out in 2019, so there might be some along the way that kind of surprise me and sneak up on me, or that I find out about later that I'm also excited to see. But the point is, you know, there's good stuff coming out. They come out with good stuff every year. I'm really excited to see, you know, what hits this year, what misses. It's gonna be a good year, I think. So looking forward to all of it. Anyway, that's the end of my lists. I hope that you enjoyed these videos. I know I enjoyed making them. This is my first time making these sort of year-end lists. Next year, I will be sure to try and be a little more timely about it, and also to try and be a little more on top of my movies this year so that I can talk about more stuff at the end of the year. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and share it with all your friends. You can also head over to Twitter and over to Facebook and follow me on there. And as always, if you want to know your flicks, you know where to click. Happy hunting, everybody. I will see you all next time. And happy 2019. I wish the best to all of you. Let's have a good year, everyone.